Welcome to my channel, or if you're checking this out on my website, welcome. I have not recorded anything in a while, so my apologies. There's been so much going on. You can imagine, life gets a little bit hectic at times, but Happy New Year in February. I am also putting out some of my Chinese astrology in an article on the website. So have a look at that as well. That should be coming out in a couple of days' time. But we are in February, so we are in our Chinese New Year, because obviously that was sort of mid-January. I think it was about the 21st, 22nd. Anyway, according to that, we are in a water rabbit year, which is fabulous. And those of you that know me and my readings, I do love my Chinese astrology. And yeah, so we're kind of looking at this symbol of patience and luck for us this year. I think we all need a little bit of patience and luck, but seriously, it's going to feel way more peaceful and calm, not like this tumultuous year we had last year of the tiger. It was a bit crazy for all of us. I think there was a lot going on. Not saying that we're not going to have a lot going on this year, because I'm sure we are. But this rabbit year is going to be a lot more positive. It's going to influence us and give us this more sense of being level-headed, a lot more level-headed than we were last year. So it's going to help us achieve our goals, work towards our dreams and our desires. It's going to be a favourable time for a lot of the zodiacs. So this is going to mean career advancement for a lot of people, but it's going to mean those changes without, you know, any sort of dramas. And it's like it's not going to be this big mountain that we've got to think about climbing. Things are going to just come and flow to us a lot more easy this year. Harmony and tranquility is going to be the theme of the year. So, gosh, I hope so. I really hope so for all of us. Today I am going to do a reading. I'm going to kind of focus on love, because we are in February, and you see my little love heart card here. This is the card I had. So yes, I'm going to be talking a little bit about love, but sort of like all different types of love, not just our romantic kind. I'm going to use my Rider-Waite, because I haven't used those in a reading in ages, and I really want to do that. I'm just going to burn a little bit of sage while we're talking. Yeah, so I'm going to use also my Island Wellness deck. Lots of things on there. Do love that deck also. We're going to get some angel messages, and because I mentioned love, we are going to use the Romance Angels cards. See what messages they want to give us, which might be nice. There's nothing wrong with a bit of love in life. So yeah, so basically, so what's been going on? What do we need to talk about? What did I want to mention to you? Well, we had a full moon, didn't we, in February? Oh, yeah, we had a full moon in Leo. And I think, I don't know about you, but it was a really, really full-on energy for me. Now, these full moons, as we know, a full moon is when the sun illuminates the moon completely. So it makes the moon more visible. So that's why it's so bright in the sky. But, you know, on a spiritual level, and for our feelings and our emotions, quite often it represents the end of a cycle. I'm just going to burn a little bit of sage while we're talking. Yeah, so it's like the end of a cycle, and quite often that can feel quite an emotional time, can it not? So that full moon, I thought I would do a quick rundown of all the different astrology signs, just to give you a bit quick message. Sorry, I've got sage everywhere now all over my desk. A quick message for all of the astrological signs, just to sort of say what that energy meant for us, or what it is going to mean for us, sort of like throughout February. So first of all, I'm going to look at my Aries. So for Aries, this full moon and this energy right now is about acting with love. Okay, so they want you to act with love in all that you do and all that you say. And just to remember that our words are powerful, but your words and your actions at this moment in time are quite poetic. So, I don't know, maybe for some of you it might be good to journal a little bit about these ideas and things that are coming into your head, just so that you can go back to them. And because there feels like there's going to be a lot, you know, going on for you at the moment. You're going to have all these different brainstorming ideas. So they're saying maybe jot some of them down, write them down, but your words could be poetic, Aries. So on to Taurus. They are saying take a good look at yourself at the moment. So is it a time for reflection? Is it a time for you looking at your well-being? But ultimately, it's like you're about to walk along a new path. And perhaps it's a time to look at where you've been in order to see a bit clearer of where you're going. So just that preparation for newness. Maybe a new relationship, maybe a new job, who knows, Taurus. So on to Gemini. So it's like you find this new invigoration or this new project or just something very, very significant that is changing for you, Gemini. And it's saying, take it in your stride. It's an exciting time. You know, these exciting times of change, they come with a lot of apprehension as well, but they're saying take it in your stride because you have all the qualities you need right now in order to enjoy these new projects or these new experiences. Okay, Cancer. I want security. That's what I hear in my head. Cancer, for you this month, are you taking a close look at your relationships and your support networks? Are you realizing what it is that you need from people? Maybe you're finding your voice in order to ask for what it is that you need from people. But it's saying it's a time to recognize your tribe and your loved ones and those people that mean something to you, because you are going to really need them this month for some reason or other, my little Cancerians. Okay, Leo, I'm going to try and get through these quite quickly because I just want to do a quick message for this month for you all before I do a reading. So time to shine and be seen, Leo. Well, it is your full moon. It is your full exposure. You are this sign. You're the sun card in the tarot, and it's like this warmth. But it is a time for you to be seen and to be heard. It's almost like being the star of the show for you, Leo. And that doesn't mean that you're being dramatic. No, it just means that you are sort of taking center stage and, you know, opening your heart to those people that you love at this time, Leo. Shedding your sunlight, shedding your warmth to everybody. Isn't that what you do anyway, Leo? Of course it is. On to my Virgos. You need to find some method to be calming these next few weeks, Virgo. I think that anything you can do that helps you with anxieties or this feeling of being overwhelmed is going to be really good for you. You know, whether that's meditation, getting enough sleep, or just, you know, taking time out to run yourself a nice bath with some nice oils and light some candles. Like my candles here today. So that's for you, Virgo. Leo, it's asking who has your back right now. So are you asking who has your back? Have there been some scenarios around you or in your head recently that is really making you survey who you can trust, who you have around you that you can rely on? But it's also that if, you know, those people that you do have around you that you can rely on, it's a time to really appreciate them. Perhaps you've taken some of those people for granted, who knows? But this month, they want you to recognise who those people are. You know, sometimes they're people that you love, that are really close to you, and you take them for granted. Don't take them for granted, Libra. Scorpio, career options. It feels like something is on the horizon. Some offer, some position, and it feels like you're being seen for all of your fabulousness, Scorpio. You are fabulous. You are being recognised and seen, and somebody might want to make you an offer very, very soon. Sagittarius. So I'm getting this saying in my head that you're really good from sorting the wheat out from the chaff, Sagittarius. You are one of these people, you see the truth in everything. And you are being called to see your own truth, to hear the things that you're saying, to sort of assess what you're putting out there. what you're giving out to other people. But something's coming up that could be transformational for you, Sagittarius, in the coming months, and you need to take full advantage of that. But there's a message in there that there's something about seeing the truth, seeing things for what they really are. Capricorn, your gut is trying to tell you something, Capricorn. What is your gut trying to tell you? You may not like what it's trying to tell you, is what I'm feeling. Perhaps there are messages or something that you're really trying to cover up, ignore. You know, we all do that sometimes, don't we? When we see something, we really don't want to see the truth for what it is. And they're asking you to do that with people in your life. They're also asking you to listen to your intuition because it's really strong right now. They're asking you to listen. Take that time to sit quietly and listen to your intuition, because it has a lot of messages for you, a lot of worth. And, you know, once you start to rely on this more, you're gonna soar. You're gonna soar, Capricorn, for sure. Aquarius. Okay, my little Aquariuses, this is a time that you would like attention, and there's nothing wrong with wanting attention. I think in the life that we lead, socially, we're sort of told, you know, don't draw attention to yourself, don't make a big deal, you know, the more dramas we make, you know, this is kind of seen as a bit of a negative thing. Well, for you, it isn't. It's asking you to be seen in all your glory, but it's more about like what you desire from it. It's like you desire this attention from certain company, people who love you, people who see you for all that you are. And you want to have like these meaningful conversations with people. It's like you don't really want to tolerate this small talk rubbish anymore, that shit. You have no time for that shit now. It's like you want to cut the crap and speak to the real people in your life, because they're the people that you have time for. Okay, last but not least, my little water sign, Pisces. This needs to be a time to get things done. You need to get the lists out, get the organisational skills together. I don't know if that comes naturally to you. If it doesn't, then do anything you can that can aid you in that. But it's saying stop putting things off and start something today that you know you should. I think we could all say that, couldn't we? We could all start something today that maybe we've been putting off. Don't put it off. It's saying getting organised in a new way is going to be really, really good for you. Okay. Mwah, 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 to all my beautiful astrology signs. So let's move on to doing our reading. Now, there's no real rhyme or reason to it, and I'm a big believer in time being fluid. So please, you know, when you come across this reading, is when you come across it. Don't stress, don't worry, don't try and make it fit. If something resonates, great, take the message. If it doesn't, move on. Don't stay stuck. You know, I'm not about staying stuck. That to me is actually quite a huge message this year, by the way. We're not, this little water rabbit wants to hop around. It wants movement. It wants us to take on board these changes and, you know, do it in more of a soft-hearted manner. Okay, so we're going to pull a few of these, my rider weights. Can't get my words out today. It's because I haven't done this in a while. So yeah, we're going to pull a few of these rider weight cards because I just haven't used them in ages. So, and I do really love this deck. So let's ask for, what can you tell us, cards, at this time about love, about the different loves we have in our life? What do you wish us to know? Is there a message for a group out there or individuals? And is something we need to know? And as I said at the start of the reading, it's not just about love for romantic love, although I will be looking at that as well. But it's about how we love the people in our lives, why we love them the way we do. It's going to look at giving us some guidance, maybe a bit of reflection on what's been going on, and really looking for the fun aspects that we need to know. Things we need to know. Okay. Beautiful. There's a lot of pentacles and a lot of stars. Well, the star is on the pentacle. And the pentacle, which is this little one here, this is an ace of pentacles. This is kind of at the end of this spread. Aces are amazing cards. What a beautiful way to start, even though I'm saying that's at the end. You know, that's the card I've decided to show you first of all. This Ace of Pentacles, truly a gift coming to us regarding love. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, let's not focus on the romance and the beautiful feelings and expression and things we can share, the memories we can make. I am going to talk about that, but because it's a pentacle, I'm going to talk about the realness of it, the material factor, how things are in your life. What do they look like? I feel like it's quite important for you to find balance in your life, in love, in romance, in the way, you know, your family dynamic, all these sorts of things. You're having this gift come in somewhere in this area. It's saying that it's time to, oh my gosh, and the bottom of the deck, you've got the Seven of Pentacles again. So more pentacles, wow. Some of you, this is like a financial thing. And you know what? We love money, right? Which is, I don't know many people out there that don't love money and don't love receiving money. So for some, I feel like money could be coming in for you very, very soon. But it's like, if it's not a financial amount of money, it's something you've earned that you're suddenly going to reap the benefits for. Something you've worked really hard towards is going to pay off. It's going to mean changes. It's going to mean a different sense of security in your life, that you're making these changes. And it feels like you're very much the star of the show. So that's really pointing us towards self-love as well, isn't it? It's telling us we need to really love ourselves more than anybody initially, in order for us to be in touch with our senses, our feelings, our emotions. And by doing that, we open up, and then people can love us in a much easier way if we love ourselves, right? And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, not really loving myself at the moment, actually, then this is calling for some self-worth, you know? On this star card, she's naked. She's balancing the water and the emotions, but ultimately she's naked, and she's kind of, look at me, this is me in all of my splendor. I don't need to cover up. I don't need to pretend I'm something I'm not. This is how I came into this beautiful life, and this is me. So for some of you, it's this body confidence. And how can we come into our own with this? So the star card's number 17 as well. I just want to make a note of that. So 1 and 7 is 8. So this is about abundance, feeling abundant, you know. It's this idea of you overflowing with this respect for the self, overflowing with joy and excitement, new experiences, because you're feeling better about yourself. Or you're definitely at the start of this journey where you need to start feeling better of yourself. For some of you that maybe confidence has been a bit of an issue for. I'm doing this reading, I'm really sorry, but what's happened right here is my black cat is just staring at me. I really don't want to move my camera, but I'm going to, because I need to show you. This is what, hold on. Can you see her? Let's get her in. Little Sil. I'm going to stop it, and I'm really sorry, but I just need to let this little monkey in. Okay. My apologies. Sorry I had to stop that. Scylla just was giving me the evil eye. She just wanted to be part of your reading. She's very intuitive, my little Scylla. She's a black cat, and she's just... Come on, Sil. No, she doesn't want to be any part of the rest of the reading. She's my little pride and joy though. Okay, so where were we? I wanted to focus on the star card, didn't I? I want you to really look at that card and I want you to think what that means for you. What truth do you need to unveil about yourself to yourself and in your life and to everybody else that shares it with you? Perhaps this is about inhibitions. We talked about coming out and shining and glowing. And you can see this candle glowing next to the card. It's about illumination, finding ourselves, being honest. And that can be with our emotions, or it can just be our physicality. Maybe some of you have decided to take something new, start something new, like do some new exercise. You know, try to be more body conscious. Try to be more present in your physicality and in your body rather than in your head. We do live a lot of our lives in our head. I think we all do that, to be fair. Above it is this 8 of Cups. Often the 8 of Cups symbolises moving towards something new. And in order to move towards something new, we need to walk away from existing ties, contracts. Maybe this could be emotionally. Maybe some of you have recently come away from something romantically. And maybe you just decided, I've got a new lease of life. I am going to head towards those mountains, towards the new horizons and find ourselves. So these cups are, astrologically speaking, can be a water sign. So maybe you are a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, and perhaps you know, it's very noticeable, isn't it? The colours in this card. You see this red cloak that this person wears around them. For me, that's real sort of root chakra energy. And that's our sense of self, isn't it? Who we are, how we present ourselves to the world. This is our base chakra. This is our stability. And maybe you are walking towards something new, something more stable. This person has a really fabulous pair of red boots on in this card as well. And I talked about this roots, didn't I? Walking in our power, taking control of things. Maybe you've decided to walk away from something that wasn't good for you. And, you know, it's taken quite a lot of courage to walk away from that. Emotionally speaking, you've needed to look inside to what you, how you feel, how you have been feeling in order to make things better in your life, to move forward, to be more you, to be more authentic, to be real in your skin. Star card is also very exciting. You know, this can be like this nervous energy about something. Maybe you've met somebody new. I did say I wanted to talk a lot about love today. And talking about love can be quite difficult for some of us, can't it? It can be something that we can be excited about, or it can be something that we might have been hurt. And, you know, the way we express ourselves is often informed by our past and what we've been through and what we've experienced. Next to this card is the King of Pentacles, but he is in reverse. It's the only card in reverse from the 6 I've pulled as well. King of Pentacles. These are earth signs. So these could be your Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Perhaps you're a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, listening to this reading. And, you know, often these earth signs can be very grounded and in their power, but this is in reverse. So perhaps you're not feeling like the king of your castle at this moment. And that can be, for some of you, perhaps you are worrying about your finances and your kingdom. That can be like, you know, where we live, what we do for a job. And some of you may be feeling like there's a cause to reassess all of this in order to build new, to start collecting our pentacles again, mounting them up. I said there were a lot of pentacles in this reading. There is a lot of earth energy. For some of you, you're feeling particularly, you know, in the need of grounding yourself. I talked about those red boots that person had on in the Eight of Cups, needing to stand your ground, needing to walk a new path, have your strength, and yeah, feel a bit more grounded. Oh, and I said this was a water rabbit year, didn't I? And, you know, if we're talking about calm and hope and, you know, more harmony, being grounded is going to be really important for all of us this year. We're really going to need to assess our roots, you know, the thing that makes us tick. Do we feel safe? Do we feel secure? Are we loved? Do we have everything we need in order to have this abundant life that we all seek? Four of Cups underneath this mixed up king. And often this card can be this failing to see what's in front of us energy. Maybe you're failing to see that you need to take a bit more stock of your finances, where you're going in life, what you're going to do, how, you know, this affects us emotionally. Do we sometimes hold on to these cups for the wrong reasons, or are we being offered things that we don't feel confident enough to share or take on? In the aspect of love that I mentioned, it also means that for some of you, love is coming on in. Again, this could be water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And this could be somebody in that sign offering you love, offering you something that at the moment maybe you don't see. So for some of you, you may not be in this romantic union as yet. Maybe this is on the cards. Maybe this is something that could be a secret love. Could be somebody that is admiring you from a distance, or you're admiring them from a distance, and it's not yet come to any sort of fruition. Nobody's admitted anything yet. Nobody's exchanged any sort of love at this point, but you know, this is on its way in for you. It feels like this is a gift for many of you, a gift that you may have needed. There's this feeling around this reading for me that perhaps you've not felt that there's been a lot of love recently in your life, and maybe you've not had a balance, and maybe you've been all work, or you've been all finances, or, you know, using your head rather than your heart. And we're coming into this time where your heart really needs to come into balance, making decisions. This Two of Pentacles is weighing up your options. You know, maybe some of you have got more than one option of love, and you need to say, okay, what do I do next? Again, Pentacles, more earth sign, and more red, more grounding needed. Wow, some of you watching this are going to feel pretty mixed up, perhaps, uncertain. Some of you are not trusting in your intuition that you can make these good decisions as well. If you are in that space where you kind of don't really know what to do, and you don't know what your next move could be, maybe it's a time to just do some of this grounding, settle down, be more peaceful, stop focusing on these things as much, and you might find that these things just naturally work out. I think it's also worth mentioning for this card that we must start to believe that our decisions, that we make good decisions, that we can make good decisions. Perhaps you've been feeling as though you don't know which way to turn, or you're not quite sure what the path for you is going to look like. That can be in love, that could be in your work even, because it is a pentacle. Have there been some instances recently that's making you rethink things at work? Are you looking for new challenges? Does that scare you? Do you worry you're not making the right decision? Are other people second guessing your decisions? Please, go with your own intuition. This Ace of Pentacles that I picked up at the beginning, but was the last card, I think it was a real strong message about what I've just been talking about, that things are going to work out. You're going to be handed this pentacle. You're going to be feeling more secure. There will be growth. With all growth, it can be frightening, can't it? When we're changing, and when we're experiencing things that we've never done before. That can be frightening, but it can also be really exciting. It can be a challenge. Do we see this as a negative, or do we welcome the unknown in a positive fashion? You should do that, by the way. Because it's like divinely guided. You're being divinely guided with this Ace. It's gifting you something. It's gifting you something important that is going to change you, and is going to change the others around you. And it's like you've got this little glimpse of the future, and it looks fruitful. It's wishing to inspire you, motivate you to do more, to be more, to accept more, to say yes more often. Go and do things. When people offer you to do something you've never done before, go do it. If you have an inkling or an interest about something that is exciting, go and find out about it. Don't just think, oh no, that's new, I haven't done that before, don't want to go there. It's quite fun to do, don't we? Don't want to go there, don't want to see it. They want you to see it. They want you to see the light. Open yourself up. Allow people to help you as well. Allow people around you to support you, help you, cheerlead you. Feels like you have a lot of support around you actually at this time. Okay, let's focus a little bit more now on our love lives. What can you tell us, Island Wellness, about relationships? What dialogue shall we take a look at next? Okay, we've got a couple jump out. There's quite a few actually. We have Heart with a Key. Opening your heart to new love. I did say about new love, didn't I? Then we have the Runner. The Runner is a codependent relationship. Fear of intimacy. Listening to the ego. Some of you in love are finding it hard to open up, and it's time to pick up that mirror. Take a good look at yourself, your self-image, your relationships, past and present, and reflect. Reflect on old wounds, it's saying on this card. Sometimes new relationships make us reflect on the past. And then we have the Clock. Need time, it's going to take time. We're looking at cycles. I was speaking about your moon energy and moon influences earlier. This is all cycles. And it's like time to heal. Something is in progress. Something has started. If you're in new relationships, something has started, and this relationship is going to start opening you up a little bit more. It's going to mean you getting together physically, mentally, sharing things. And they want you to really look at this concept of what is perfect. What do you think is perfect? What have you perceived perfection as, you know, in the past? Have you hung on to something that's a little bit outdated now? Have past wounds that I was talking about, have they created this runner? Or maybe you were in a relationship and your partner was this runner. You know, every time you tried to move nearer in terms of creating more intimacy, they sort of moved away from you. Perhaps this has been something that's been a running theme with you in relationships. And they're asking you, you know, to find this key to open your heart up so you can take a really good look at the self in this mirror and observe yourself. Observe what isn't real as well. You know, sometimes we can have these ideas in our head about what happened in the past and what that says about us, or what that means, you know, who we show up as and who we are. And it could be that this is like a new era now and it's time for change. If you display codependent qualities, or you're aware of that, it's time to work on that in terms of healing it. Why are you being codependent? What has made you feel that you need to be codependent? Or if you've been attracting these people that are like that, you know, into your life, why have you been attracted them into your life? It can sometimes be our own avoidance actually, that means that we attract these runners. Next we have the girl with a snake, empath, narcissist paradigm. Empath and narcissist paradigm, sorry. So this is this connection. Often, you know, people with narcissistic tendencies, they will attract empaths because the empath will give them the love and support and the attention that they seek. And this is that codependency thing, again, rearing its head. Being charmed by somebody, enabling somebody. We're talking about love, so let's really concentrate. One of the messages for this reading is we really need to concentrate on our boundaries. How much we choose to focus on what others say and do, what we're willing to allow other people to do to us, actually. You know, if there's toxicity within a relationship, we have to really look at what we're allowing, don't we? You know, and if we've got strong boundaries, the chances are if something is really, you know, not good for us, then our boundaries will be able to sort of identify that quite quickly and know that this perhaps is not for us. Be careful for some people about somebody out there charming you, telling you this story. Be careful what story you fall for. Okay, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception. That's a bit heavy, isn't it? I was hoping we were going to have a bit more love and romance. And we, you know, in order to have that healthy, loving relationship in our life, we have to understand these sort of shadow sides about ourselves and about the relationships we've attracted, don't we? We need to, you know, keep a bit of an eye open for this sort of stuff. Some of you, those of you that have been through heartbreak recently, you know, there's a time to heal, and perhaps you're taking stock of things and understanding that somebody wasn't that honest with you at that point, and you're moving on from it. You're moving on for it and creating healing and a new understanding of the self. We had this star card. I said this is about revealing old wounds, revealing ourselves, being intimate with ourselves, you know, understanding what we need, who we are, what we're about. And some of these cards are just saying, some of you out there have done the healing work, you've done the self-reflection. These issues of codependency, runners, you know, having had some form of maybe heartache in the past is informing you better now. And you're able to move forward better. Well, you certainly will be very soon. I'm going to pick a couple of Romance Angels cards now. So the first card that came out was the honeymoon card. Enjoy the bliss, the holiday time together. New relationships or old relationships, taking time, date nights, spending time together, you know, becoming intimate with each other again. Sometimes we can be in these long-term relationships and we forget that side, don't we? We forget how important it is to be intimate with each other and to share our thoughts, our bodies, our minds, the whole thing. For some of you, you know, this Valentine's this month is saying you might go on a break with a loved one, spend some really, really important, loving time. Or maybe you need to. That could just be an evening together, couldn't it? Cooking each other a nice meal, you know, getting a bit hot under the collar. It's that time of month. But it's saying honesty and discussing your feelings with each other is like key. Having heart-to-heart conversations. And that's, you know, for my couples, taking that time to spend those beautiful moments with each other, to make time for each other, but also, you know, telling each other how you feel. There's two little cherubs around a couple in this card, and they're like whispering things in each other's ears. And it feels like perhaps for some of you there's a couple out there, or there's two people out there, and what their heart is saying they want to communicate to the person they love and what they actually tell that person are two very different things. So it's time to be open, time to reveal, be honest. We can only really gain these real connections in our life when we're willing to be vulnerable. So I want you to be vulnerable, somebody out there listening. And if you're single and you're thinking, I'd like to have this in my life, put yourself out there. Open your heart. Allow other people to come into your life. Who knows? That could be asking somebody out that you really like. You've liked them for ages. And you're just getting the courage to think, fuck it, I'll just go straight in and and I'll just say, let's do something nice together. I really like you. I like your vibe. Could be that. It could be that there's somebody you got your eye on somewhere and you've kind of been giving each other that look and nobody's moving forward. Somebody has to, right? In order to come together, that one person at some point has to put their cards on the table. I'm putting my cards on the table right in this reading, so maybe it's time for you to. Some of you will fear that though. Being scared to be honest. Being scared to get all gooey. Yeah. If that's the case, then miscommunication can happen, can't it? Or you can miss an opportunity. There could be somebody out there who's just perfect for you and you just, nobody's doing anything about it, so the opportunity could be missed. Go in there with your size 9s. Go on, do it. Whoop! Push that one really. Did you see that? Just okay. This next card is Healing Family Issues. Your love life benefits when you forgive your parents. Wow. Perhaps you've picked up some traits, some relationship traits from what your mum or your dad do. Maybe you're following in their footsteps. Maybe you find it hard to trust. Perhaps you are attracting traits from one of your parents that actually is not the greatest thing. Or maybe you're going for the wrong types because you've had like that absence of a parent perhaps. But it's asking you to take a good look. Love wants to come in for you. New love, new love. Okay, beautiful. For some of you, new love is on the horizon. Somebody has stirred your romantic feelings and you're feeling flirtatious and light. We should be feeling flirtatious and light, shouldn't we? At this time of year, we should be feeling flirtatious and light at any time of year. That's the truth. You know, I get so many people say to me, oh, I don't just, you know, Valentine's Day is not the only time you love your partner. It's not the only time you do nice things together. And no, it isn't. But sometimes for our singles, Valentine's Day kicks people at the bum, doesn't it? Sometimes it can make us feel a bit shit, actually, especially if you're single and you see everybody else doing nice things, or, you know, receiving gifts or showing love, and you feel like you don't have that. It can make you think, right, well, let me focus on what I want. So maybe that, you know, let's see the positive in that. If that's your scenario, then it's asking you to change something. Be bold, get involved, get out there, do something about it. There are some amazing people out there for you. They exist, even if we tell ourselves they don't. We shouldn't be telling ourselves they don't, because of course they do. Somebody wonderful could be just around the corner for you. Okay, one more message we need to know about love. Okay, let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. There's a saying that says, what is for you will not go past you. It's a saying that I absolutely love because there's so much truth in it. You know, when we... Sorry, as I'm just talking to you about that, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck and it says flirt. Some of you need to get out there and flirt your ass off with somebody you like. Or maybe with anyone, just because it makes you feel good. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. Yes. If you want love, be love. You know, it doesn't, you just, what we give out is kind of, quite indicative of what we receive. Okay, so I'm going to leave this reading. I'm going to just read these 2 angel cards, and it's going to kind of, this is going to be how we're going to leave it. So we've got 2 cards here for angels. We've got the first card, the angel of forgiveness. Forgive everyone, including yourself, for your past. In order to move forward, we need to let go of baggage. So let go of baggage, everyone, listening to this. We all have it in some shape or form, even if we think we don't, we do. It's saying just to forgive. When we hold on to energy, you know, with other people in our past, you know, we sort of think, oh, we don't want to forgive. Well, here's the truth. Here's a disclaimer. The more you hold on to things like that, the more it just stops you from living your life. It stops you from being open to new exciting opportunities, because somewhere in your mind it's like this poisonous apple that you're choosing to hold on to, and the longer you hold on to it, the more of the poison your body takes in. Let it go. Let it all go. And then we have the card of luxury, being indulgent, feeling free. You know, letting things come to us, understanding that we deserve this beautiful energy of being treated or being loved or being honoured. Deserving. You are all deserving. I want to wish you a very happy, loving month. Well, not just for this month, but for the coming months. And for those of you starting new things, perhaps watch this space. Perhaps we're going to see something very exciting for you all. But on the note of self-love, which, you know, for me is often the most important, love yourself and love the people in your life. And cherish who you are, because you're very special. Take care, and I'll see you soon.